Mr. Chunk, do you see this stuff? Politicians don't even matter anymore. You just gotta say the loudest things you can, and a lot of it. Politics don't even matter anymore. Ideas don't matter anymore. I should make my own political group, just to show how ridiculous this whole thing has become. Actually...
And we're back on our next segment where we give attention to the third parties that don't get the platform that the larger parties do. Because here on 12 News, we're so non-biased that we even give airtime to the crazies.
Well, Larry, that's not fair. Just because these parties are lesser known doesn't make them crazy for having different ideas. I think it's worth hearing them out with an open mind. Maybe the system needs some new ideas.
You go on thinking that, Tammy. Well, with our next segment I like to call Who Are These Weirdos? On My Ballad, joining us is from the is that clown birthday party? That can't be right. Joining us is Mr. Clownface.
How the hell you doing? Thanks for the screen time.
Tammy, what was that you were saying about third parties? How we should give them a chance?
Oh, shut up, Larry. They're not all like that.
Like what?
Come on, you know. The Green Party has some good ideas. Why don't we get their candidate on?
But this guy, he's hilarious.
Oh, I see. It's because I'm a clown that you think I am not serious. Well, let me tell you people, I'm dead serious. I've got solutions to some of the country's biggest problems.
Okay, let's hear what the clown has to say.
Okay, so, one problem I think we can all agree on, everyone in this nation, everyone in this sweet land of Oz, we can all agree that there are too many Nazis. They were in World War II, but now they're out of vogue.
Well, I can't agree to that. Racism is rampant in this country.
So, I have a solution to our Nazi problem. And I think you all at home will love this as much as I do. What I figure we do is we take all the Nazis, we round them all up, and we put them into Nazi-focused facilities. Not camps, facilities. And that way there's no Nazis on the streets, and our good citizens are not being bothered by racist Nazis.
What else you got? What are your thoughts on abortion? Are you pro-life, pro-choice?
Well, you see, I'm against both life and choice. I think abortion should be mandatory.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, leave the J-man out of this. And look, let's be honest here. Babies popping out of vaginas without any permission, terrible. Contributing nothing to society, awful. And what do they do once they're out? Sucking on the mother's teat and the government's teat. I'd say this place is better without no stinking babies.
Doesn't that seem a little short-term? Without any children, then this country would run out of people.
Actually, it's a pretty good long-term solution if you think about it. You see, without enough people being born into the nation, that means we lose an entire generation of people. And therefore, there are less people to have problems, and eventually, no people to have problems, and therefore, no problems.
Okay, let's move this along. Do you have any other questions, Larry?
Wait a minute. Yeah, well, got any plans for the economy? Any trade deals?
As we all know, America has the highest number of prisoners per capita. And so I see we're sitting on this giant resource.
And what does that have to do with the economy?
Well, we already use this resource in many ways here, fighting our own fires, picking up our own trash without paying a dime. They are cheap labor here, so I figure, why not make it international? Sell off a few to other countries to make back our budget.
But slavery is illegal. Haven't you heard of the 13th Amendment? It's been illegal for over 100 years.
Look, I don't know if you read it correctly, but it also states that within that same amendment, unless as punishment for a crime. So we have all these prisoners here, just capable, very strong boys of going and doing labor. I figure sell a few off to a couple European countries, yada yada, blah blah blah, business.
And that doesn't strike you as immoral?
Morality schmorality. It is legal, and therefore I'm talking about cold hard business. Casualito. Malolians, if that's a phrase you like at home.
Well, you got my vote.
You can't be serious.
Hey, he has solutions, and he doesn't dodge anything or sugarcoat it.
We need to break for commercial.
My next guest is leader and Senate candidate for the Clown Birthday Party. Ever since his first interview on a small local news station went viral on YouTube, all of us reporters have been clamoring to speak with him. Please welcome Mr. Clownface.
Thank you very much for the audience, and I'm just loving the attention.
Of course. What is amazing is the amount of support you've gotten in the polls. We're seeing numbers higher than any other third party. What do you attribute your success to?
Well, I feel most of that is due to the other candidates for giving these people such terrible options. And then, of course, secondly, it's you ratings-hungry journalists, finger quotes, heavy finger quotes, for letting me on your show, giving me a platform to work with. But mostly, I'd like to thank myself and my ideas for how great they are.
On to these ideas.
Mhm.
They seem extremely Machiavellian, exaggeratedly so.
Look, you don't have to use big words to sound smart, all right? And don't compare me to Machiavelli, because he was a bitch. I can't be exaggerating those things because I'm dead serious.
Yes, I get the point. But I'm curious about the person behind the clown makeup.
There's nobody behind this, man. And besides, even with the makeup on, I am more real than all the other candidates.
And that's another district for the Clown Birthday Party. Man, I never expected to say that. These battleground districts decided, but now it looks like the major parties are depending on their bases because the middle has gone crazy.
Well, you don't think he would actually win, do you?
Well, it's unlikely at this point, but it's still early enough that anything could happen.
Does anybody have any smokes? I feel like I could use some smokes.
I got smokes, but it ain't tobacco.
You know what? That'll do. It's not like I'm a public figure or anything. Good luck, guys. Hey, Mr. Chunk. I did it. I proved my point. You don't honestly think people will want me to do all the crazy stuff I said I would, right? I mean, I just did this for laughs. I mean, people can't be that upset with the system, right? Jesus Christ, they are upset with the system that much.
They're telling the election results. Don't you want to see if you won?
Already? Oh man, this stuff really messes with your perception of time.
I know, right? It's good shit.
Well, let's do this. Let you know my house, you steal my spot, you son of a bitch.
Well, it was closer than it should have been, but the new governor is just a regular, reasonable, boring Democrat. Linda Hall pulled ahead with 38.4% of the vote, the lowest percentage in non-primary history ever, I think. Trevor Rightly, Republican, came in second place with 31.4%, and the little clown that could in at 30.1%. It's gotta feel bad to come that close to someone like that.
Oh, thank God. Oh, what even chose a bozo like me anyway, huh? Anyway, thanks for the hard work, suckers. Get out of my apartment. I didn't say stare more, I said get out of my apartment. Door's right there.